Alright everyone, and welcome back. Today we have a brand new code for Raid Shadow Legends that I'm going to be showing you guys that you guys can input to get some awesome rewards. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure you do hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. That being said, we have a quick word from today's sponsor and we'll be right back, everyone, in just a moment. Don't forget to support my channel by clicking my link in the description and creating a brand new Raid Shadow Legends account. I've been having tons of fun, so join me with this link and you'll also get $200 worth of free goodies, including a legendary champion, Elenaril, as a starter. This helps me a ton, so make sure to click that link right now. I appreciate you guys. And with the Alien vs Predator collab ongoing, now is the perfect time to get started. So don't miss out on this opportunity, because once they leave, they will not come back most likely. So get started, and if you want to play the game, you can do so and support the channel at the same time by using my link in the description. That being said, the code that we got today that offers these resources, 100 energy, 200 silver, an epic skill book, and then these multi-battle tries, is AMG25. Once again, AMG25. So you guys are going to input that. I've already inputted, so I can't really show it in game, but here we go. That code is from AMG, and that will again give you all of those resources. Make sure you do hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you are new, and check out the Raid channel content as well. We don't upload Raid only, but we do keep you guys informed with all the content as it comes out, so this is the place to be, so don't miss out. Now, that being said, I wanted to also spend a little bit of time talking about character progression in Raid Shadow Legends. We are currently on my new account that was started as well, with the promo down below in the description. So once again, if you want to play with me, now is the perfect time. Also, I'm going to be creating a clan, so stay tuned for that, and you guys can join me there too. But in this game, when it comes to leveling up characters, there are some very dedicated spots that you can go to improve the characters in your game, right? So in terms of dungeons, obviously you can farm gear here, you can farm the accessories there, you can farm a lot of different things, masteries, all that. But at the core, though, you need to level characters, as you guys know. And in order to do that effectively, the best area to do that is Chapter 12. There's a couple of different stages for a couple of different reasons, but Chapter 12 winds up being the best area to do that on Brutal. However, I will say it can be kind of tricky to get there to a point where you're farming 12-3 on Brutal, certainly early game, if you don't have the right champions. And so what I would say is you really want to make sure that you are playing 12 at a lower difficulty, ideally hard, until you get to the point where you can play 12-3 Brutal, ideally. Chapter 12, Stage 3, drops the shields, which are pretty good for selling as well. Pretty consistently dropped here. You can farm this as much as you can and go from there. Stage 7, excuse me, is also particularly good for that exact reason. Now, moving on from that, there is another chapter that is pretty solid too that can help you with farming, and that's actually the Deadlands. So the Deadlands is actually pretty interesting, because in Deadlands you're able to farm Warmaiden, and Warmaiden is particularly useful. She could be a character that if you need another character on your team anyway, you may just need to improve your account, right? Like, you've probably got the epics or the starter legendaries, certainly, and like, you don't necessarily need Warmaiden to be this for you. But that being said, she can be a champion that helps you. So farming, I believe, Stage 3 of Chapter 9 is where you're going to get Warmaiden. And the cool thing about Warmaiden is that, again, she's solid in general, but she's also a free, fully booked rare champion that you can plug in, and she can help you if you need that. So to recap her kit here, attacks an enemy, places a poison with the basic skill. Attacks an enemy, increases attack by 50%. Also places an extra hit if the attack is critical. Extra hit can't be critical. An AoE decreased defense, 75% chance of placing a 60% defense decrease debuff. This is the most important thing in here. An AoE, again, 60% defense debuff. It starts at 75, it goes up to 100% with the books in there. And once again, the cooldown also goes down to a 3-turn cooldown. She is going to be able to put that out there and then follow that up with this big hitter here with the Opportunity Strike. Very well named, by the way. And she can be very useful to you. But otherwise, she's a really solid AoE decreased defense as well. That you may not have other champions that do that. There's not a ton that can output it that effectively as well anyway. So you can farm her there, and she could be a very nice character. So like I was saying, she's one of the best free-to-play champions in the game because of her decreased defense skill, and you do need to farm that stage until you get one copy to keep and then enough duplicates as well to fully book her out. But once you have a fully booked Warmaiden, go back to chapter 12 on the highest difficulty that you can manage and effectively farm there. Now 12-3 is the ideal stage overall, because again, the shield drop, it's one of the best stages in terms of ratio to silver and experience as well. That's why most people do recommend it. But again, it's typically brutal, but you can do 12-3 on hard or normal. You do experience similar gains. It's just you obviously want to push to brutal ASAP because that winds up being the best return on investment overall. But once you do get in there, you want to feed the food that you're going to farm here as well to your champions and rank them up to 6-star as well. So you're going to be farming whatever difficulty you can manage, and then rank your champions up to 6-star. In the process, you want to run 1 or 2 carry champions and then a couple champions that are either in the process of leveling up their own individual levels or that are in the process of upgrading as food to feed into these other champions to push them to 6-star. And then from there, you can again get back to the grind in the story mode. Now, I detailed Warmaiden, but again, depending on how you started, if you're a new player anyway, this is more important for you if you're a new player, but if you're not, depending on how you started, there may or may not be other champions that are very useful to you that could be a priority overall. Morag is a really good champion just in general. That's going to be pretty good. Like, Warmaiden is good in a lot of content. Morag would be one that I would also strongly consider because of the strength and because of the ally attack in there. Very, very strong champion. In fact, they could be a decent 1-2 punch as well. You may have some other champions that could be very powerful for you. Like Bellower is a pretty decent farmer as well with his AoE attack debuff. I believe he also has an AoE speed and defense debuff as well. So quite a lot in here. Block actives, yeah, quite a lot in here. So Bellower is a one that you can do. But the key thing with Bellower is he does require rare books. Now, rare books are not that hard to come by. Technically, he doesn't. You could pull him, but you can't farm him is my point. And that's where the real benefit of Warmaiden comes in, is that she can be farmed pretty easily. But that's going to be the most important thing. And now, aside from that, the biggest experience boost, or power boost you'll experience, I should say, to ward it properly, is going to come from Minotaur's Labyrinth. Now, you mostly don't want to really bother with this until you can play stage 15. Minotaur's Labyrinth is going to allow you to put these scrolls on and unlock masteries, and then once you've done that, you'll really see your champions take off, and then in PvE based content especially, you'll really see them pop off with War Master on overall. They will be experiencing a humongous output, and this is going to be I think the biggest differentiator. If you happen to struggle with character outputting damage and all that stuff, this will make a huge spike, but that's going to be the topic for another video. So just keep that in mind. But I wanted to mostly cover leveling and where to level, how to level, and aside from that, really quickly, like, you can also brew, upgrade, things like that. You don't necessarily need to do that. Anything you do here, mostly you want to do during a clan versus clan to double dip for rewards, certainly. But early game, it's not the biggest problem. Like, I sometimes will just come in here, put some on, push one up. This will also help me clear some space so I can do a couple more summons if I need to. I'll quickly rank up here. These all got pushed. That freed up a handful of slots for me. And then I can take those 2 stars and brew upgrade them here, or take them into that stage, which is another thing you could do, and then wait till they farm up to the level, come back here and upgrade rank, and then that's the progression path to get them up all the way to 6-star. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and again, stay tuned for more content on Raid Shadow Legends. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe. Remember, get started with my code as well. It does help me out tremendously, and stay tuned for more videos from me. Once again, it's not the only content we do, but we do a lot of it, so make sure you stay tuned.